The University of Texas at Austin is heading into its 130th year, and officials say the future is bright.
President William Powers gave his annual State of the University address. He made the case that UT is more successful than ever. No tuition raise this year, and the university raised a record $453 million in donations. But there is one big issue: graduating students in 4 years. Only 53% of them do it. It's actually one of the best graduation rates in the state, but Powers says it needs to be better. Part of the address looking forward. Talk of breaking ground this coming year on the new Dell Medical School, said to be the crowning jewel in a busy year. The whole hospital and medical complex will go in across from the Frank Erwin Center, creating a complex with a school of nursing already over off Red River near MLK Jr. Boulevard. All new at 10, KXAN's David Scott looks at the buzz.
William Powers says UT is doing all it can to hold down costs and improve graduation rates. But Powers is clearly most proud of the medical teaching hospital, approved by voters and made possible by generous donations from Dell and Seton Healthcare.
The new medical hospital will be just a stone's throw away from Brackenridge, up the street and across. They'll begin digging here in 2014 and hope to open in 2016. Bringing a whole new array of medical care to folks in Greater Austin.
The medical school will increase health care and the quality of health care, especially to uninsured and low-income residents in Central Texas.
The medical teaching hospital will have 50 new students in each of its first 4 years and will lead, Powers believes, to the kind of work that will spare thousands here a trip to Houston or somewhere else.
Over a long period of time, there will be medical breakthroughs in the research that is done, and that will attract specialties where Central Texans will not need to go elsewhere to get a whole array of specialty.
Powers says thanks to voters and donors, UT will become the first major research university to open a medical teaching hospital in more than 35 years. David Scott, KXAN News.
Currently, the UT system has 6 medical school campuses: UT Southwestern Med Center, Dallas; UTMB Galveston; UT Health Science Centers in Houston, in San Antonio, and Tyler; and the MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston. A count from the university's website shows combined enrollment at more than 13,000 students across all of those campuses. And trying to glean some insight into what will happen at Dell Medical School, all current UT system medical schools are members of the Association of American Medical Colleges. So we wondered, what does that mean? For starters, the schools are in some elite company. There are just over 140 member schools here in the U.S. That's only 6% of all hospitals in the country. But despite the small number, they provide much of the specialized care, including half of all surgical transplant services, a majority of level 1 trauma centers, and pediatric ICUs, and 3/4 of all of the burn care units. An even greater example is what such a hospital can do for those who need care the most. AAMC schools give 41% off all charity care. That's services for those who have the most trouble affording it. And the Dell Medical School will not be the only campus added to the system. During the last legislative session, a bill was passed to merge UT Pan American in Edinburgh and UT Brownsville, making one single university. Part of the deal means the university will have a teaching hospital as well to serve South Texas.